afternoon, Democrats. Obviously, I'm not Alicia Andrews, but I just want to start out by saying I'm Robbie White. I'm the chair of the Oklahoma County Democratic Party. And I want to say happy birthday to our state party chair, Alicia Andrews. It's always a privilege to be asked to host her lives. It's one of the things that she does for us to keep connected, and so it's always fun to be able to step in. But today is super special. Not only is it the 1st of February, which is the beginning of Black History Month, so much to celebrate. It is Alicia Andrews' birthday, so not only should we wish her a happy birthday, but we should help make her day extra special by donating to the Democrats. And I mean this absolutely sincerely. We know that the party runs on our dollars. There is no magic fairy godmother or godfather of Democratic politics that sends a bag of cash every month to the Oklahoma Democratic Party. We know that those dollars come from all of you, from Democrats in Oklahoma who are helping out and doing the work. So get on there. There's a link on the bottom of the screen. Thank you, Angela, for producing that and putting that link up for us. I really want to. It'd be really cool if when Alicia checks in later, that she could see that between 4 and 5 o'clock today, that ODP got a huge number of donations. So make me look good and get on there and give some money. Anyway, as I said before, I'm the chair of the Oklahoma County Democratic Party, and I am thinking about the same thing that all my fellow chairs are thinking about right now. We're thinking a lot about precinct meetings. And, I realize Alicia Andrews has talked a lot about this, but I'm going to talk a little bit from a county chair perspective. The first thing I'm going to need you to do right now, if you haven't done it already, mark your calendar. March 16th is when every precinct across the state of Oklahoma is going to meet, and they're going to elect new leadership. And when I say all across the state of Oklahoma, I mean in every precinct, in every county, in every district. In Oklahoma County, we have 288 precincts, and we need leadership in every one of them. So what does that mean? What does it mean to show up for precinct meetings? Well, what that means is you are going to show up for the most fundamental, foundational piece of democracy. We know that the crazy that has taken hold of the Republican Party has taken hold at the very precinct level. They've gone into precincts and school boards and city councils, and they've brought in a really chaotic element. That's where they've planted the election deniers and the people who don't want an inclusive society, and a group that has pushed out a traditional political party. And what I'm asking you to do today is to mark your calendar for March 16th so you can be present to the process of protecting the Democratic Party from any element that might want to show up and sow a little chaos. What we want is a bunch of Democrats to show up on March 16th to be present to their election in their precinct. And what does that mean? Okay, every precinct needs a chair, a vice chair, a secretary, and it needs a committee. There is no limit to the number of people in your precinct who can become involved. Sure, we need that leadership. That's really important. Those officers, the chair, vice chair, and secretary from each precinct, are the ones who will build the body of the convention at your county convention. And those people will go on, some of them to be elected to be delegates at the district and state level. So this is very important to the party, but it's also important to your neighborhood. In your neighborhood, we need a bunch of people who know their block. We need block captains. We need people who know where the Democrats are, where the high school seniors are, so we can get them registered to vote. We need people who are willing to go out on an evening several times a week leading up to an election and drop literature. Don't forget to vote. We need people who are willing to plan an event in that precinct. What's going on in your precinct? Do you guys need to do a back to school drive? Do you need mutual aid for some folks who need assistance around their homes? Do you need to bring in a food pantry situation? That's the kind of leadership your precinct is looking for, because those relationships will lead us to a very strong outcome for the candidates who are running for office as Democrats. So I could talk about this all day. and I could get really into the weeds. But what I'm going to get back to what I need you to do. So in addition to marking your calendar, I'm going to need you to talk to your friends, all your Democrat friends. Where do they live in the city? Where do they live in the county? And it doesn't matter what county you're in. If you're in Oklahoma County, please come find us at okcountydemocrats.org. But if you live in a different county, Angela is scrolling the link where you can find your local party. So I want you talking to your friends because I don't want you to come to precinct meetings alone. I want you to bring your friends with you. And it may not be, everyone's season to run for leader of your precinct. It may be it may be your season to participate, to show up to that election, to bring some friends, and to vote for someone else. But we need a group of people in that precinct meeting representative of the people who live there. So think about who you can bring with you that night. Even if it's not to your precinct, maybe somebody who lives in the next neighborhood. And maybe you can normalize and encourage your friends to participate all across the state, all across the counties, because this is how we protect our party. This is how we build it back stronger. That's what we've been saying in Oklahoma County. We need to build it back stronger. We know that Oklahoma County did really well in this last election, but we know we can do better. And so we have some goals, and I know you guys are going to help us get there by showing up on March 16th, by bringing your friends, and by showing the community you live in that there is a strong Democratic presence in your neighborhood, and that's all we're asking. I know it doesn't. It sounds so easy. Show up on March 16th, become a precinct officer. At the very least, become a member of that committee that is going to organize your precinct, because you're not the only Democrat in your neighborhood. That simply is a mathematical impossibility. There are other Democrats in your precinct, and it's time to get to know them. So when you leave that meeting on March 16th, I hope that you have some new friends. I hope you have a list of contacts, and I hope you have scheduled a meeting with your precinct. That's going to happen, and that's your job. Before you leave that precinct meeting on March 16th, you have contact information and a date when you guys are all going to get together. Okay, I feel like I've been talking forever about this, and I'm going to go ahead and start winding it up. But I've given you some marching orders today. Start talking to your friends. Go find your local party. And honestly, just show up. Come into that meeting. It's going to be a good night. And I promise what you're going to find are some nice folks who are like you, who want to elect Democrats to office in your county. And it'll be a good night. So I want to thank Angela Ullman at the ODP office for making this a very easy process to show up, push a couple of buttons, and have a conversation with all of you guys. So thank you so much for watching, and mark your calendar for March 16th. And don't forget to donate to the ODP today in honor of Alicia Andrews' birthday. She does so much for us. We can do this one little thing for her.